So just a reminder, so today we're going to be taking up the first assignment, so hopefully everyone has submitted that. Please submit it on Dropbox, not email. And what else? And then the second assignment is up, and that is due next Wednesday, and then we'll take it up on Thursday. And then the test will be the week after that, but I haven't decided the day, or I thought I had, but I'm trying to figure out if we should just do it online or if we should do it in person, and I just haven't decided yet. But when I do, yeah, we'll figure it out. And if anyone has any opinions on that, they can let me know as well. Okay, but aside from that, we actually don't have a lot to do. I checked our schedule a couple minutes ago and we're ahead. We're actually ahead by a week. So we'll just take up the assignment and then we'll call it a day. So maybe pretty short class. Okay, let's share screen.
You didn't hear me because I had myself muted. That I let out a whoop of joy.
Sorry. Oh, okay, good. I'm glad that people are joyful at this prospect. Let's see. Okay.
That would be cool if we could do the tests online too, even.
Okay. What does everyone else think? Give me your opinions.
Either or, it doesn't really matter to me.
Okay.
I'm pretty good with doing it online.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. I have taken note of the opinions. Let's see. Okay. So, and for this assignment, if any of the questions differ, like what I'm presenting, just let me know because I'm doing this off of like a solution set from another class, but it's the same assignment. I think it's all the same. Okay, taking up the assignment number 1. Okay, so the first one is reducing fractions to lowest terms. So the first one is 18 out of 24. So in this case, what would be the largest factor that would divide into both of these?
6.
Yeah, 6, exactly. So divide by 6, divide by 6. Always make sure you do it on the top and the bottom. And for that one, you just get 3 over 4. For the next one, you have 50 over 60. And these ones are easy because you could just cancel out each 0. Same thing as dividing by 10. And yeah, so scratch out this one, scratch out this one. Again, as long as you scratch out the same number of zeros on the top and the bottom, then you'll get the right answer. Next one, 36 out of 30. So what about this one? What divides into both of these?
Again,
6.
It looks like 6.
Yeah, exactly. Because yeah, 30 is 5 times 6, and then 36 is 6 times 6.
You get it'd be 6 over 5.
Yeah, 6 over 5. And the last one is 6 over 40. So what about this one?
It'd be 3 over 20.
Yeah. So the factor you take out would be a 2. It looks like you could take out something larger, but nothing else works. 3 doesn't work, 6 doesn't work. So just take out a 2 and you get 3 over 20. The next ones are converting from mixed numbers to improper fractions. So let's do those. 2 and 1 over 5. So if you'll recall, these ones were the more algorithmic ones where you could pretty much just reduce it to a formula. Like if you had A and B over C, it would be A times C plus B, and then the bottom always stays the same. That would be the little technical rule that you would use for that. So this one is 2 times 5 plus 1 over 5. So that is 10 plus 1 over 5. So that's 11 over 5. And for this part, always do the multiplication part first and then the addition part, because that's what BEDMAS tells us to do. Next one. So 5 and 3 over 4. So you get 5 times 4 plus 3, and that's over 4. So that ends up being 23 over 4. Good. So what else? 3 and 4 over 7. So this one is 3 times 7 plus 4, and then divided by 4. So this would be 3 times 7, and then so that'd be 25 over 4.
Wouldn't it be over 7?
Yes, sorry about that. Why did I put a 4 on the bottom? Let's look at, yes, absolutely.
Because you
I did
changed
it.
operations.
I did it on purpose. It was a test. I'm just kidding. It was a mistake. Okay, so, but the rest of it is fine. Yeah, 3 times, so that's 21 plus 4, 25, 7 on the bottom, good. Sorry about that. And the last one is 6 and 2 over 3. So it'd be 6 times 3 plus 2, and then on the bottom should be 3. So that's 20 over 3. Good, good, good. Okay, darn, taking these up is like such a, it's so dry, like it's, yeah, they're not very interesting to take up. Plus my monotone voice probably doesn't help. Okay, next one is converting in the opposite direction. So this one was a little bit less formulaic. The process for this one was look at the bottom number and count how many full times it goes into the top number, how many whole times. So in this case, it goes 3, 6, 9, 12. So it goes in 4 times. So 4 is what you use for your whole number part. And then you just count how many numbers are remaining. So it went up to 12, so only 1 is remaining. And then you'll put, for the bottom number, just use the same one. So 4 and 3 over 1. The next one was 15 over 4. So that would go in 3 times. Otherwise, it would go too high. So 3 times. And that would bring you up to 12. So that's 13, 14, 15. So that's 3. So 3 and 3 over 4. Next one, 9 over 2. What did everyone get for this one?
4.5.
Yep, exactly. Goes in 4 times, that brings you up to 8, and then you got 1 left over. And then finally, the last one, 17 over 5. What did everyone get for this one?
Three and
Anyone?
2/5.
2/5.
Sorry?
3 and 2/5.
Yes, 3 and 2/5, perfect. Okay, so now let's go to some multiplication questions. Let's get rid of this. So 1 over 7 times 9 over 2. Did I skip anything? No, okay. So if you'll recall, the general rule for multiplication is multiply the numbers on the top, multiply the numbers on the bottom, and that's all you have to do. So 1 times 9 is 9. And then 7 times 2 is 14. And if you can reduce the answer, please do so. In this case, you can't. The only factors that 9 has is 3, and 14 doesn't have those as factors. So this is not reducible. And the next one is 5 over 6 times 3 over 10. So 5 times 3 is 15. 6 times 10 is 60. And we could take a factor out of this one. This is such a common fraction that I like, it's 1 over 4 because I just see it so often. Yeah, but in this case, you could take out a 15 and a 15, and you get 1 over 4. And then what else do we have? That's funny. The next one I did cancellation. So now I can't read the actual numbers because they're all blocked out.
So
That was
it's
kind
3
of
over
silly of me.
5 times 5 over 2 times 7 over 9.
Sorry, say that just one more time.
3 over 5 times 5 over 2 times 7 over 9.
Perfect, thank you. That's so funny that I didn't see any flaw in that. I guess I have the original assignment, but that takes, I gotta find that, that's too much work. Okay, so we got, so in this case, you could do, as I mentioned, you could do cancellation in this case. Most people don't end up doing it. Why don't we do it both ways? just so everyone's happy. So on the top, 3 times 5 times 7. I have my calculator. 3
105.
times 5 times 7. Yes, 105. That's a 5, and then 5 times 2, so that should be 90. So here you could at least take a 5 out of the top and the bottom. Actually, the easiest way to discern what factor to take out is just look at the original numbers. Like I see that there's a 5 and a 5 on top, so you'll at least be able to take out a 5. Also, it looks like there's a factor of 3 because there's 3 on top and 9 on the bottom. So 3 times 5 is 15. So you can deduce that way that you'll take a 15 out of this. I think that's all you would take out. And
Well,
then
it
it would
comes to
reduce to
1 1/6.
perfect, divided by 15. So I'm just going to do it as a regular fraction first. So that is 7/6. Yep, or 1 and 1/6. And yeah, it's up to you if you want to do an improper fraction or mixed numbers. I'm fine with it, just as long as it's fully reduced in either case. And for more on that, see the last lesson, because that was this class, right? It's so confusing having 2 classes with the same material. Anyways, okay, so we have this one. Oh, and let's do cancellation on this one just for fun. Yes. So if you wanted to just start at this point, you could see, okay, there's a 5. There's a 5. You can cancel those out. There's a 3 on the top, and 9 has a factor of 3. So you could do divide by 3, divide by 3. This would just give you a 1, so there's no point in writing that. This would just give you a 3. And it looks like you would get 7/6. Yay, it's the same answer, except I thought it was a lot easier doing cancellation. Next one. Okay, hold on, just let me find the original assignment so I can, okay, so 2/3 times 9/2 times 3/5. Okay, same thing, let's do this both ways. So 2 times 9 times 3, let me see if I can get that on my own. That's 18 times 3, so that's 30 plus 27, so that's 57. I don't trust that answer. Let's see. 2 times 9 times 3. 54. Oh,
Yeah, it was
darn.
54.
I was wrong. Bottom. Let's play it safe and use a calculator. 3 times 2 times 5. Yeah, so that's just 30. So it looks like this is reducible. They're both even numbers, so at least you could take a 2 out of that, which makes sense because there's a 2 here. You could cancel that. There's a 3 here, you could cancel that. So it looks like you could take out a 6 and your
34 or
answer should be
54?
9/5. So divide by 6, divide by 6. And hopefully that works.
John?
Yep.
Is that 34 or 54?
54,
Okay.
sorry. So that's 9/5. So it's exactly what you would have gotten if you had done cancellation. So either way works. 5. Okay, so that's it for multiplication, unless anyone has any questions. So the next one is division. So division, this is the one that everyone forgets how to do. And then you say, hey, it's the one where you flip the second fraction, and then everyone says, oh, okay, it's that one. That's basically the process for how everyone remembers this one. So let's do some division. So 1/5 divided by 7/15. So as I just said, this is the one where specifically you don't have to do any long division. You don't have to do anything ugly like that. You just keep the first fraction the same, change the division sign to multiplication, and flip the second fraction upside down. And then from that point on, you just treat it as if it were a standard multiplication problem. So 1 times 15 is 15. 7 times 5 is 35. So you can reduce this. It looks like you'd take a 5 out of the top and the bottom. And that's also clear, again, if you look at the original numbers, there's a 5 here, and there's a factor of 5 in 15. So that's why I like cancellation, because it kind of, you can use a lot of shortcuts. So divide by 5, divide by 5, and you get 3/7. Good, good. Next
which
one.
is
Go
2
ahead.
1/7.
Sorry?
Oh, wait. 15/35, right?
Yep. So yes, that would be, 35 divided by 5 is, so 3/7.
Don't you have to flip the 11 to where the 5 is?
Sorry, which 11?
In
That's the
3
next
over
question.
5, 3/7 divided by 5/11.
Yeah, we haven't done that one yet.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one then.
Okay, no worries. I do that pretty much for everything. 3/7 divided by 5/11. So in this case, you were correct. You do have to flip the 5 and the 11. So 3/7 stays the same, change to multiplication, and then 11/5. And then you proceed from there. So that will be 33. 7 times 5, as we just saw, is 35. And 33/35, does that reduce? No, I don't think so. Actually, you can tell it doesn't reduce, because if you look at the original numbers, prime number, prime number, prime number, prime number, they're all different. So it's not going to be reducible. Next one, 4/9 divided by 3/18. So in this case, surprise, surprise, first fraction stays the same, change to multiplication, and flip the second fraction. Oh, this one's interesting. I never noticed that before. I never noticed that 18/3 is just 6. It doesn't even need to be written as a fraction. So that's kind of neat, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. Let's just proceed with our standard stuff. So 4 times 18 is something 72. 9 times 3 is 27. So in this case, I'm just trying to see if we can reduce this. So it looks like there's a 9. So there's a 3 on the ball. Yeah, so you could take a 3 out at least. Is that all you could take out? Just a 3?
You can take out a 9.
Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Sorry about that. I don't know how I didn't figure that out. Yeah, you got a 9 in here and you got a 9 right there. So thank you. Yeah, my brain was frozen for a moment. So divide by 9 and divide by 9. So 72 divided by 9 is 8. And then on the bottom, you'll get 3. So 8, let me write this more accurately. 8/3. There we go. Okay, so that's good. And one more. Let's just do this we'll do this over here. So 3/10 divided by 7/20. So 3/10 times 20/7. So on top you get 60, and on the bottom you get 70. So perfect, that's easy. Scratch this one out, scratch this one out, and you get 6/7. And what else is there? I think there's just, hold on, let me check the actual original assignment. So yeah, it has division, and then, oh, only one question left, but it's adding, which always takes the longest. Let's do some adding. Okay, so the first one is 2/3 plus 3/10. So the easiest way to remember these is that they're the ones that are more work. Like if you're trying to remember the difference between like the methods for multiplication or addition, multiplication is the easy one. Addition is the one that kind of sucks. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say it sucks. I mean, it's not its fault that it sucks, but it's more difficult than the other ones. Okay, so we need to find a common denominator. What would we use in this case?
30.
Yeah, 30 sounds right. I can't think of anything smaller that would work. So LCD is equal to 30. So let's take the first fraction. Maybe I'll just write it like this. 2/3, first fraction, we got to multiply it by 10 on the bottom. So times 10 plus, and then we'll just do the next one. Next one is 3/10. So on the bottom, you'd have to multiply it by 3 times 3 times 3. Again, you got to treat the top and the bottom equally. And for each fraction, it has to be its own number. It's the same number on the top and the bottom. So the next one, first one will be 20/30 plus 9/30. So that will be 29/30. Some people write the answer as 29/60. But remember, for the bottom numbers, once you have a common denominator, you don't have to add them together. It just stays the same during the whole thing. Next one, 5/8 plus 2/3. What is our least common denominator for this one? Anyone?
I think it's like 24.
Yep, it is. And with this one, you could do the prime factorization trick that we looked at. I'm assuming we looked at that in this class as well, because yeah, 8 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2. And the only other thing you have is a 3. So if you took the minimal string of numbers that contains all of that, it would literally just be 8 times 3. So the answer, by prime factorization, you could deduce that the answer is going to be 24. Or you could just use, any number of the methods that we've seen. So this is going to be, first one, 5/8. We want to multiply the bottom and the top by 3. Plus, next one, let's multiply the top of the, so we need 8 times 8 times 8. So this is 15/24 plus 16/24. So that's 31/24. And does that reduce? I don't think it does, because 31 seems like a prime number. I think it is. Yeah, so that one's good the way it is. Next one is a subtraction question, which people often get wrong simply because they accidentally change the subtraction to addition, just because typically most of the questions we do are addition questions. So be careful to pay attention to the sign. So this is 9/10 minus 3/5. So for this one, this is one of the cases where you can already use one of the bottom numbers as your least common denominator, because you got a 10 and you got a 5, and yes, 10 is a multiple of 5. So for this one, it's just going to be LCD equals 10. So the 9/10 stays the same. That's good to go, minus. And then for this one, let's do, so we want a 10 on the bottom, so times 2 times 2. So that's 9/10 minus 6/10. And you get 3/10. Yay, we're halfway done these ones. And then I have to go buy some Python food, AKA some rats, and some bearded dragon food, AKA some crickets. Very exciting plans.
Had I had known you needed a mouse, I would have given you the one I found in my apartment before I moved here to North Bay.
Oh, damn. Why didn't you keep it for, put it in your freezer just in case you ever need it? But yeah, that's funny.
I somehow got 15/50 and then got 3/10. I divided it by 5. I don't know.
15/50.
But I got the original, like the answer, and the end was the same. So I don't know. It's weird.
So what did you use as your original LCD? Did you just use 50?
I think, yeah. 45.
Yeah, so that's fine. You'll still get the same answer. your answer will just be in higher terms than it would otherwise. So at the end, you have to take more factors out of it than you normally would. Yeah, like in this case, you just had to take, in this case, the end result was not reducible. I suspect that your end result that you had to take a 5 out of it to reduce it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll end up being the same answer regardless. But I do have to insist that everyone uses the least common denominator, because then that's the least amount of work. If you accidentally don't use the least common denominator, at the very least, so to speak, just make sure that your final answer is fully reduced. Let's do the last 3. 1/4 plus 7/12 plus 5/6. So we got 4 and 12 and 6. I think for this one, I would use the method that I always recommend, which is just look at the largest number and just start going through multiples of it and just pick the first one that works. So 12, oh, 12 actually works. Yeah, it does. Oh, I didn't even realize that, but yeah, 12 works. It's a multiple of both the other numbers. So that's perfect. So let's do that. Least common denominator equals 12. Okay, first one, 1/4, we'd like to multiply it by 3. Next one, plus 7/12, we don't have to do anything with that one. Plus 5/6, for that one, we'd like to double the bottom number. So let's multiply by 2 and 2. So we get 3/12 plus 7/12 plus 10/12, which is 20/12. And this one, it is reducible. You can take 2, I guess just a 2, or no, you have 4. Yeah, you could take a 4 out of the top and the bottom. Divide by 4, divide by 4, and you get 5/3. Or 1 and 2/3, or however you want to write it. Okay, almost done. Maybe I'll do this one right here. Next one is 1/2 plus 3/4 plus 2/5. This one looks familiar. I think we did, oh yeah, we did one similar to this where we were comparing fractions. I think I remember that. Okay, so 2, 4, and 5. So 20 would work. 10 wouldn't work. I guess 20 is the lowest one that would work. That kind of just popped into my head. It just seemed like a logical one to pick. So LCD is 20. Okay, so 1/2, we're going to multiply that by 10 plus the next one is you want to multiply that by 5. And remember, for each of these, all I'm doing is just looking at each bottom number and figuring out what would you multiply it by to get it to equal 20. That's where all these numbers are coming from. They're not just coming from an empty void. 2/5, we got to multiply that one by 4. So this gives us 10/20 plus 15/20 plus 8/20. Oh no, 8/20 right there. And this gives us, so 10 plus 15 is 25, plus 8 is 33. 33/20. Does that reduce? 33 just has factors 3 and 11, and 20 does not have those factors. So no, it doesn't reduce. Almost done. Let me just, should I get rid of this or? Okay, let me just erase this other part. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how expensive it is to buy a rat, even just a dead feeder rat at a pet shop or a pet store. It's like 16 bucks for a dead rat. It's like the other person said, it's like I can get a dead rat anytime I want. I just need to find a really poorly kept apartment. 16 bucks, geez. like if you had a really bad apartment, you could like almost make a living off of selling rats.
No, my apartment was good. It just wandered in because it was so hot. It
Oh,
went in
okay.
through one of my like the furnace vent
Oh,
exhaust.
okay. I wasn't implying that it was your fault that there was a rat there. I assumed that you moved in and that you found it when you moved in.
Oh no, it was a little mouse. But anyway.
Oh, a little mouse. Okay. I was thinking about buying live feeders as well, but then I realized that once I buy them, I would just keep them as pets, and it would just be it just would not work. Okay, so sorry, I keep getting distracted. 1/3 plus 3/10 minus 9/15. A little twistaroo at the end right there to keep everyone on their toes. So what is the, so let's just use my method for the least common denominator. Let's look at 15. That doesn't work. 30 works. Good. LCD equals 30. Okay, so first one, so 1/3, let's multiply by 10, plus, and then for this one, multiply by 3, plus, minus the last one, multiply by 2 and 2. So 10/30 plus 9/30 minus 18/30. So for this one, for the addition and subtraction part, you always just do addition and subtraction from left to right. So at the top, it's just 10 plus 9, that's 19, minus 18, and that's 1. So 1/30. And that is the whole assignment. So I'll try to like mark it this weekend or something. I'm all over the place for marking because sometimes I'm busy or I don't feel like it. And then sometimes it'll be like 4 a.m. and I'll just feel like marking and getting stuff done. But I'll try to get them done fairly quickly. Another thing is that I've also posted the chapter 3 material early, and we'll probably start on it next week because there's no point in not continuing on to something since we've already finished the first two chapters. Stop sharing. Okay, again, just last reminder, assignment 2 due Wednesday, taking it up Thursday, and then test will be after that, either on Wednesday or Thursday. I'll keep everyone updated on that. And let me just recheck the attendance. This person, we got them.
I lagged out for a little bit, but I joined back right away. I don't know if you got me.
Let's see. Yes, I did.
All right, right on.
I was late. I was trying to submit my assignment, scan it or whatever.
Okay, let's just see. I'll just write down everyone who's here. So Brendan, Chris, this person. All right, we got, just give me a minute. Oh, and actually the person who clarified that they were here, who was that again? I assumed it was the name on the screen, but it might not have been.
Yeah, Josh Prudham.
Okay, yes, okay. My assumption was correct.
Right.
We got, so that's everyone, I think so. Yeah, I think I got everyone. Oh, and someone said they're having a hard time scanning and submitting assignment. Okay, just try your best to get in as soon as possible. And you could always take pictures of it as well if you're under the gun. Okay, so I guess that is everything for today. Okay, at least we're not, well, yeah, I guess we are finishing pretty early, but it happens. So everyone, thanks for coming and have a relaxing weekend. Bye-bye.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too.